Okay, finally. Finally. Let me test audio. Let me test audio. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, cool. So audio works. All right. I know I have not gone live on this channel or honestly posted on this channel in 2 years, probably more than that. Um, I tried to move away from politics and really focus in on my gun channel, um, because I found that I didn't have a whole lot of time to do politics, gaming, and a gun channel, and I figured my gun channel would probably do the best out of all of them. But today's events has convinced me that the people who stay silent end up causing problems for other people. What do I mean by that? Well, unfortunately, today, um, Charlie Kirk was shot and killed at his rally in Ohio. And it's it's terrible. Um, he was one of the few people that I actually looked up to, even though he was almost the same age as me, a few years older, sure, but around my same age, and yet I looked up to this guy. Um, he he was more right leaning than me. Obviously, I'm more in the middle. He was more right leaning, but the common sense points that he made, the way that he talked, and some of the life advice from some of his um, speeches actually helped me in my own life, and I deeply respected this man. And he's gone now, and they don't know who the shooter is. They haven't been able to find the shooter, as far as I've seen. Um, they thought they had a guy, but it wasn't, and it's horrible. And I think the thing that really puts in perspective for me is the fact that most people that I have seen this happen to on the news, like even when it happened to Trump, when he was shot at, I didn't have that, because I didn't know that Trump was okay at first. I just heard somebody shot him. I did not have the same feeling that I have about this. Um, and it's terrible. I saw the video of him being shot in the neck, and I would not suggest that if you can't deal with blood and gore, I would suggest that you don't watch it, because it is very visceral. Um, but I it just I'm gonna see. Let's see if we can get this live updates. Charlie Kirk has died after being shot at an event in Utah. Initially, we didn't know that he had died. People thought, he's in critical condition, but it seems like it's been confirmed. He died, and I mean, he was 31, man. That's a couple years older than me. He launched Turning Point USA in 2012. I really started looking into politics around 2015. He wasn't quite as big back then, but that's when I first kind of encountered him. And they say here a person suspected in the fatal shooting is now in custody, but I've heard that he's not, that this person is not that person, and they still don't know who. He was at an event in Ohio, and he's speaking for, a, a stadium full of people. Um, right now we don't know a whole lot because it takes time. Let's see. Let's see. If they said it had two updates. 17 1 minute ago, Utah governor, political side, tragic day for our nation. Yeah, so it's like I again, if you are squeamish, do not watch the full video. But the it was one shot, a well placed single shot, and when we're talking about assassinations and stuff like that, I mean, the assassination of Trump, or the attempted assassination of Trump, that guy took 8 shots and only hit Trump with one, and also sort of kind of missed. Like, he hit him in the ear, but like he missed. The person that shot Charlie Kirk did it with one shot. There were no follow up shots, there were no missed shots. It was one well placed shot. That calls into question the type of person that this was. This person clearly had experience with firearms, or was just so extremely lucky, but I'm willing to bet that it was someone experienced. At least, at the very least, a good shooter. I am also willing to bet that it was someone on the left, or someone acting on behalf of the left. Because let's face it, Charlie Kirk is a political activist. This was a political assassination. There is no conceivable reason why we should think otherwise. This man was a Christian conservative who did not believe in all of the liberal ideologies and actively spoke out against it. He spoke out against immigration. He spoke out against so many different things. And to suggest that it wasn't a political assassination would be absolutely foolish. I believe 100% this was political assassination perpetrated by someone on the left or working on behalf of the left. Thing is, though, it has probably spurred reactions and retaliatory action from the right. What do I mean by that? Well, for one, I'm back making videos on this channel. I didn't plan on coming back to this. I didn't really have a want to do political anything, really. This event has changed my mind. And like I said at the beginning of this, the people who are silent have a hand in this, and it's primarily, I believe, because people didn't speak out. People did not voice their opinions. People stayed silent. It's like people in Hollywood would silently agree with things and talk to people behind closed doors about how they agreed with certain political things, but never said it out loud for fear of being fired. I know a friend of mine who started a YouTube channel, started doing political content, and then their boss found out and told them they had to stop, and so they did. Now, at the time, that seemed like a good idea because it was either a very well-paying job or a YouTube channel that didn't really have, anything going on quite yet. It wasn't that popular. But now that I'm thinking about it, that was the wrong move. And it was the wrong move for me to stop making videos as well, because by not talking and speaking your mind for fear of being cast aside, for fear of losing friends, for fear of losing a job, all that we have done is allow the other ideology, which is clearly violent, as we've seen from the past couple months, to fester and grow and spread its ideology and create insane left-leaning personalities who allow criminals out after 14 times to stab a Ukrainian woman on a bus. They have allowed cashless bail. They have allowed criminal migrants to come into our country to make illegal turns on the highway, decapitating a family of 3. They have allowed so much crime and insanity to fester. I'm done with it. And it's all because people didn't speak out, because people think that that is the predominant ideology. People think that if they speak out, they'll be shut down. Well, you know what? Screw it. I don't think so. And why do I think that that led to what happened to Charlie Kirk? Because people have gotten that ideology in their heads. They've taken it, they've run with it, and because the mainstream media and a lot of politicians and just about every platform on the internet agrees with them, they view what they're doing as right. They view words as violence, allowing them the moral obligation to shoot somebody over mere words, which is abhorrent and disgusting. They view not agreeing with them as assault and battery. They think that racism is just everything, all the time, everywhere at once. And I'm sorry, but that is not the case. And I'm not going to sit here and allow it anymore. I'm going to speak my mind. I'm going to say what I think, and anybody who disagrees can suck it. Okay? I am so done with this crap. And that brings me to my other point. They thought whoever shot him, whether it is a lone individual or someone working on behalf of the other side, they thought that getting rid of Charlie Kirk would silence his ideology, and it didn't. All it's doing is the opposite. All that it's done is have people like me decide, nope, we're going to speak out. We're going to talk, and we're going to make our voices heard. All it's done is galvanize Turning Point USA to continue his message. All it's done is made him into a martyr. That's it. That's all it has done. Well, that and plus, get far-right extremists to possibly retaliate against left-leaning personalities. Because look, like I said at the beginning, when this happened to Trump, I was kind of like, yeah, it's a bad thing. It's terrible, and it shouldn't happen. But I didn't have the visceral reaction that I did as to Charlie. I have seen more outrage about Charlie Kirk being shot than I have about the 2 attempts on Trump. Or anyone else for that matter. Some people are saying this is almost as significant as Kennedy or Martin Luther King's assassination. And honestly, I agree. This guy had so much support behind him that all of the messages I've seen on X, on Facebook, people are outraged at this. And you know what? They should be. Because this is completely illogical and unfounded. Now, going back to what I said, far-right extremists who agreed with Kirk, mind you, he was not a far-right extremist, and neither am I. And I am not advocating in any way for far-right extremists to retaliate. I'm just giving my opinion on what I think will happen. I think there are going to be far-right extremists that take it upon themselves to avenge Charlie Kirk. And what do I mean by that? Probably going to target left-wing personalities. And it will be because of this one person who took it upon themselves to do it to Charlie. That it is that. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that you don't think that that's going to happen. Because I do. I think that's exactly what's going to happen. And it's sad because now this is just going to turn into a spiral of just continuous violence. Okay? But, like I said, I want to speak out about this because his death has made me realize that you can't be silent. Also, if you just stay silent after something like this and you don't speak your mind, his death is for nothing, basically. So, personally, I don't think that I don't think it did anything other than kill a good man. It didn't stop people from speaking. It didn't stop his viewpoint. Other people hold the same viewpoint. It is what it is. Um, and like I said, there is no possible way that we don't see more violence in the future. It's just not possible. Um, I hope that the FBI goes and does as much as possible to find who did this. They probably will, especially because of who's currently at the FBI. But this is insane. All it's going to do is create more and more tension in this nation, and it's terrible. So going forward, um, this has inspired me to speak my mind. I will not be politically correct anymore. I will not go anywhere without my firearm. And in fact, I will probably start putting First Amendment audits, Second Amendment audits on this channel because of this event. It's really sad. Um, the way, based on the video, again, I can't show it on YouTube because it's very graphic. Based on the video that I saw, it looks and kind of sounds like it was a long range rifle shot. And here's the funny part. It was on a college campus where I'm pretty sure guns are banned. Gun laws don't stop criminals from assassinating their political rivals. Anyway, that is what I wanted to say, and that's where I'm going with this channel. This has gotten me to realize that we can't be silent anymore. They thought that they were stopping radicalization, and all it has done, in my viewpoint, is radicalize more people. Whether it be to violence or to action, either one. For me, it's action. I'm going to speak out more. For others who are more radical and right-leaning, far right-leaning, probably going to be violent action. Anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to say. This will continue to be a channel that I use now. That I don't know what else to say. I will keep looking into this story and try and update when I get more. And I will keep you guys informed as best I can on this. So check back in later tonight and possibly throughout the week, and I will attempt to keep things up to date. Anyway, guys, just keep the notification bell on so that way you get notified. I know this didn't have a whole lot of info in it, but again, this was just me telling you a little bit about it and why I'm getting back on this channel. Anyway, guys,